Yeah. All right. This is okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you all hear that? All right. I didn't realize I had so much time, so I've got a lot to share with you. So basically, as I was saying, I've always loved how we're connected through mind, body, and spirit. And particularly in the West, we forget that often, particularly when it comes to our minds and our thoughts. And they can be very toxic at times. And a few years ago I decided I was going to stop judging. It's quite hard to stop judging. It's not hard to stop judging others, it's hard to stop judging yourself. Because in your mind it plays tricky games, doesn't it? You'll think you can do something and then your mind goes, no, you can't do that. You're not good enough for that. You're too old for that. You're not brave enough for that. So giving up judgment was what I started, and it's been a practice. Like doing a yoga practice, like doing a Pilates practice. I'm actually a Pilates practitioner, master Pilates practitioner of 38 years. So that again is about the mind, the body, and the spirit. And that's when I decided to stop judgment, to stop gossip, to stop being looking at other people and thinking, comparing myself, because comparison is definitely a thief of joy. So once your mind gets healthy, your body becomes healthier, because automatically you're feeling good. Your thoughts are good, you feel good. And Jayashree and I were talking about at Kranti when I was asking if she does meditation and also if does yoga. And I'd love her to share with you what they teach at Kranti to all the girls, because that is what makes the difference. It really does. Our thoughts, you have to guard them. They're tricky. They're like naughty children. You have to guard them all the time. Do you agree?
So, yeah, thank you. Before this, I didn't share that much about Kranti. So, Kranti is a shelter home for girls from Mumbai's red light area. So, we live like 15 of us. And Kranti always done craziest thing. Like recently, we have our play called Lal Batti Express, which basically means red light express. So there we share about our life stories, and we perform in theater and share our mother's story and how it's being and just growing up in a red light area. So we show a lot of positive side which people often they don't know, and I don't blame someone because people will judge if they don't know anything about something. So but it's in your hand, like just keeping your judgment beside and listening to another's perspective. It's important too, otherwise you won't grow and you won't learn. So Kranti, firstly when I came to Kranti, I used to hate my mom a lot, like for whatever she have done, and Kranti taught me to be compassionate towards her basically. So in Kranti everyone is necessary to go for therapy. We believe in therapy too. It's a huge role in our life. So Kranti provides therapy, shelter, and it helps us to grow in our, like, to take steps which will lead to our dreams. So, and Kranti, recently we have been to Europe, like we have our Lal Batti Express 3. So first we went to US to perform our first play, then UK, and this time we went to Europe. And you know, the biggest thing about theater and about myself I have learned this time, I have been doing theater since like 5 years, but this was the first time that I have did abuse scene in my theater, the whole act. Like there were so many times where in our act there used to be so many abusing, that people get harassed at their own home. Like some people say home is the safest place, but it's not really. It's depend how your members are. So in Kranti, so many girls have got abused by their own father, their own brother. So when I came to Kranti, I couldn't even talk about my sexual abuse. And when slowly I started taking therapy, I started doing yoga, meditation, and somewhere I used to feel that it's good. I'm releasing all those stress, all those judgments about myself, about what society has taught me. So while this theater act, I have finally this time I have done the abusing part. Like I'm that confident enough right now to take that step that yes, I'm moving on, and I have forgiven that person who have put me in a trouble. So yeah, Kranti is basically a huge thing in my life.
I love that. I love that so much. And forgiveness. Without forgiving, we can't move forward. We can't be healthy. If you can't forgive, you just can't. Look at the life you're having now because you're able to forgive. It's so much richer. And I'd also like to touch on the exercise part because I asked about Kranti does yoga and exercise as well, good eating. And one of the things I know as a Pilates practitioner is that I would often see people come to classes every day, and then they go to the gym, then they go for a run, but their body stayed the same. Nothing much would happen. It's like, what is going on? But of course I wasn't going home with them to watch what they were eating. They'd open the fridge and then start to eat, and then next day do all this exercise and think, oh, I'm really healthy. And in fact, it's about 75% of health is what you put into your body. It's so important. And at Kranti, that's what they teach as well, good, healthy eating. And whilst we've been in India, we've been experiencing that. Because in the West, Paul and I, he's my partner, we have very, very healthy diet. And I was a little concerned, how am I going to eat when I get to India? Because the food is really delicious. And in the past, I've often put on weight. But this time we've been staying with Mamta, and she's given us the most tasty food, Ayurvedic, and it's been like cleansing. And as we've been cleansing, I've noticed how energized we've been coming. We've been getting more and more energized. We're not sleeping much. We're sleeping 3 or 4 hours a night, diving out of bed, energized, feeling good. And JR was asking about age. Well, I'm 70 this year. So I'm not a 17-year-old. So I'm definitely aging backwards because of eating well and taking good care of myself. And I would like to ask how you feel now, because you have good food, you do good exercise, you have a really healthy mind, you have the whole holistic has come together for you, mind, body and spirit.
So is there anyone know what is the purpose of life? Anyone can answer if anyone knows. For me, it's basically seek and spread happiness, and I feel before spreading happiness, you need to be happy, and you'll be happy once you're fit, healthy, and which all comes from food, of course, meditation, yoga, and this all thing I have just learned after I coming to Kranti. Like I didn't even know what yoga means when I was with my mom, but yeah, this is how it changed my life. And now I know that first I need to be satisfied, I need to be free of judgment about myself, and I also need to be compassionate towards others, so then I can just be a free spirit.
That's beautiful. So I hope you all enjoyed our stories. They're very different, but we're both people with big dreams, continuing to have big dreams, to make a difference. And I think that's what's exciting. And in the future, we're very involved. Why we're being filmed is actually we're doing a television show that is very new. It's never been done before. It's supporting women in particular, raising women up all over the world. And we're really excited to be doing this. And we're called Awakening Giants. So watch out for this. Even though we are small in stature, we are huge and magnificent in soul and heart. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Yes. Beautiful.